I'm at the highest point at Tel Maresha. You can probably see some people down below. And here at the top of the Tel is the archaeological work that they've done on the siege ramp of Sennacherib. You can see the back pieces of it. And at some of these places along the siege ramp, they have actually found thousands and thousands of arrows in this one location. Knowing this was the heat of the battle here. The arrows were Assyrian, and the other arrows were Hebrew. And this is where Sennacherib built that ramp to break into the city. And on top of that, breaking into the city, he used Hebrew slaves that he captured from the other cities. So is it the fact that he captured Gezer, Azekah, other places that were under control, indeed, of the Hebrews all along the Shephelah and the coastal plain? And so indeed, using that tactic. Seemed interesting, the Romans did the same thing. They built a ramp at Masada, and they used Hebrew, so Jewish slaves. I find it very interesting too, is that at this site I found the well. I'm guessing the well goes down to a spring, and they were able to go down and take their buckets and lower it way down deep into the well and gather their water that way. And the well seems to be inside the city gates, which is the same thing that Hezekiah and David did in Jerusalem. So I find it interesting that Hezekiah actually digs a tunnel in his city to protect the Gihon spring from Sennacherib, from the Assyrians, because this city was protected, its water supply seemingly protected at that well. So it's very, very interesting parallels. So Hezekiah had some good inspiration, and even from Ahab, the evil king of the north. Ahab actually dug a tunnel at Megiddo, a tunnel not as long as Hezekiah's, but enough to protect the spring of water that was the main water supply for Megiddo just in case of a siege. Very interesting perspective. Coming into the gate structure, I'm walking basically south and west on the top of the Tel, the top of the city, and Tel Lachish has got two massive gates, and the gates are over here right on the right hand side. I'm walking on this path, and to show you the gates from here, this is the inner side of the gates, and right now the Israeli Park Authority is redesigning this entire archaeological site to make it even a better archaeological park than it was before. It's pretty awesome to be here and realize the story where Sennacherib is surrounding this place, and obviously they're defending their gates, defending the gates of the city. These are the actual gates, and we're coming down these steps into the main street of the city and taking a picture from the backside here of the gate structure. Now you can see on the lower part is the actual doorstop of the gates. So you'd have two massive, thick, probably wooden gates covered with metal on the outside. And this would be a gate house, not necessarily just a gate. As we take a look over here to the right side in this gate structure, we see some rooms, 1, 2, 3, perhaps even 4 rooms. They'd be both on each side, which means this would have been a gate house, probably 2, maybe 3 stories high. They give you a perspective from an archaeological perspective of that gate. The other thing about gate structures is we see the sewer channel of the city. I'm standing right on the gate door stop, and right below me you can see is the sewer channel that would go out with the sewage of the city. And over on the left-hand side is the other first gate. We can't go in there right now. As I've mentioned, the Park Authority has got this closed off. Now you'll see on the far edge the tower. And you can see where the steps come in, and that tower would probably have been 2 or 3 stories high. And closer to us, on this side of those steps, in kind of the center of the picture right now, is another gatehouse, and that's where they found the Lachish letters. And these letters were from somebody here, maybe some sort of military official, who basically had a letter that describes, probably from some of his forces outside of the city. And this was during the Babylonian invasion, and it said they could not see the fires, the signal fires of Azekah anymore, which means the Babylonians had taken over Azekah and killed all the people, and Lachish was next. Kind of a scary prospect. But that's the archaeology of the city, and it's all related, obviously, to the Bible stories and Bible accounts. Now here comes Robin. She's the little sneak that found a trail down in here in between gates 1 and 2. So I'm able now to film on the other side. I didn't know this was here. Robin?
I didn't do it. It was already there.
Okay.
It wasn't me.
And there was no sign.
No, there isn't a sign that says you can't come on down the path.
That's right. So we took the path. So here we are in the second gate structure. And I'll leave the film on. I'll watch my step here. Bear with me if you're watching this on video. Here being in the 7-gate structure. Here is the second gate where you can see the yellow steps. And like I said, we've been able to be all through these places before. You can probably see there on the street the sewer channel again that goes down through the gates. And Robin is now in the tower room, and matter of fact, right next to her is a sign, number 3, where it says Room of the Letters. So this is where they found the Lachish letters. So she's back into her same position that she was in a number of years ago with us being here and to actually taking a look. And you can actually look it up on the internet. You can Google Lachish letters in the ancient city of Lachish, and you can read all about that perspective and where that was. That was the Babylonian invasion now of Israel. And so going back up, here's the main street. There would have been massive walls on either side here, and there is the main gate, or the second gate of the city here at Lachish.